Hi guys, good afternoon. If you're watching this video, my name is Ariante. Please like and subscribe to my channel to grow with me. Today's video I wanted to make is called Dissociating from Your Emotions. And I wanted to make this video because I had a good conversation yesterday and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So many times inside of ourselves, like a situation will happen or there'll be things that happen and we have very strong feelings about them. And we can understand our feelings and our emotions as passing things that come and go. But it's important for us to connect, for us to observe them and watch them and understand why we feel this way and process them and release them. It's a whole process. But sometimes, or a lot of times for me, and if it's for me, then it's for somebody else in this world, we feel that we don't want to express certain emotions because they might be too harsh or too soft or just too whatever we think that they are. And so we'll say, well, I don't want to say this is how mad I am, but I don't want to say this out loud because I don't want them to think this. Or this is how sad this made me, but I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want them to think I'm too soft. Or this made me feel this way, but I'm not going to mention it because of this. And the only problem with that is we do that so much. Like, say you do that one time in a day, over a year's time you'll do it 365 times. And so 365 times you question your own feelings instead of just feeling them and letting them fall away. If you do that 365 times, eventually you'll get to a place where you're so disassociated with how you truly feel about things that most of us, we get this big blanket over us where we just say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care about none of that, I don't care about none of that. And then slowly but surely, over a long time of building this habit, you start to lose connection to your feelings at all, to how you feel. There becomes this big void inside of you, like this closet that you just throw everything uncomfortable in, everything that feels uncomfortable. You're not feeling it, you're not processing it, you're not letting it come and go. You're just throwing it in this closet and shutting the door till eventually you do it so often that there's just this void inside of you that your feelings naturally go into, so that you stop feeling. And now you can say, I don't care. And you're doing it so confidently and you're saying it so confidently and you mean it, but there is a piece of you that does care. It's this big void inside of you. And that's when you become disassociated with how you feel about things, or dissociated with your true emotions or feelings about things that happen outside of you, because you're not letting them come and go. Even though they're not really yours, if you keep putting them in that big black hole inside of you, they become yours and they become lost inside of you, as opposed to them just coming, you receiving it, you observing it, and then you releasing it. And then we just become so disassociated that we can walk around saying, oh, I don't care. I don't care about nothing. I don't give a about nothing. I don't want to cuss. But we get to this place where we're walking around and we feel good because we feel like we can say that. We feel hard. We feel protected. We feel safe because we can say we never care about anything. But there's this place inside of us that we can't feel. There's this emptiness inside of us that we can't fill because there's this big deep void where we just dump everything in and we have no idea how to connect with it anymore. And I was talking to my brother about why I love journaling, because I'll fill up journals. I was talking to my friend about how many journals I probably fill up in a year. And I think that journaling is so beautiful because you need somewhere where you can express your emotions and your feelings about things truly to the core, no matter how dark it is, no matter how sad it is, no matter how happy it is, no matter how inappropriate it might be to someone else, without making a judgment, just truly accepting and acknowledging and watching how you feel about things and expressing them. So I like the journal because to journal is your space between you and God. No one will ever read your journal, so you can write as surely and truly as you feel something. You can write it down in your journal because you don't have to worry, oh, I shouldn't say this sounds too harsh. Oh, I shouldn't say this. There has to be some safe space you have between you and God, that you are your most authentic self, or else you're going to lose your authenticity. You're going to lose the knowledge and wisdom to know how you truly feel about things, and you're going to become so disassociated. So I personally, I say the number one way for me is just coming to that journal and writing exactly how I feel, writing letters and burning them, just writing in a space that there's nobody to look at it, nobody to judge me and say I'm wrong, nobody to judge me and say I'm right, no judgment at all, just a full place for me to put authentically exactly how I feel about things, so that I'm able to connect with how I feel about things until I can release them, or if I want to burn it, or whatever the case may be. But I'm finding that space in myself to connect with when I feel things, how I feel about them, understand myself to understand how things make me feel, and I'm coming into knowing with myself so that I'm not creating this void inside of myself where there's a disconnect between who I'm showing up as and who I truly am, or how I truly feel. And so when I can have that safe space where I'm consistently, on a consistent basis, coming within myself and writing how I truly feel about things that happen and creating that habit, I'm connecting these pieces inside of myself so that there's never that space between who I'm showing up as and my ego self, and how I truly feel about things, and my true feeling self and my observing self that observes those feelings. Because then I even lose my soul. I lose the observer that says, this is happening, this is how it's making me feel, okay, now I can release it. I even lose the observer because I don't even want to observe it. I'm just tucking it into this dark hole before I even have a chance to tap into my soul and observe how I feel about something, because I'm saying, nope, I shouldn't feel that way, or nope, I can't say this because it's going to sound too harsh, or nope, I can't say that. And so I like to give people an open space to tell their true darkness, or tell their true light, or tell their true just whatever it is. And I create that bond with certain people around me so that we have that place to come and talk and be truly authentic with how things make us feel, no matter if it's correct or not, or no matter if it sounds right or not, or no matter if it's irrational or not, but just that space where for that moment when that emotion comes, I can express it fully and then I can release it. And so if you don't have that space, you make that space within yourself or with your journal, or that's about the only place I honestly know is writing in a journal. So that's just the main example I'm going to use. Some people like prayer, but then there's the thought that God's going to judge whatever you're saying too, and you want to be righteous in the eyes of God. I like the idea of being truly authentic because I feel that God is going to understand you either way, whether you deny it or not, God knows. But that's just up to you and how you feel about your relationship with God. But that's why I say journaling, I think, is the best way to come to that true grips with how you feel, so that regularly I am true to myself. Regularly I'm true to how I feel. Regularly I'm true to how outer stimuluses affect me and make me feel on the inside, so that I can live a more whole, authentic life where I show up as 100% myself, and I'm not disassociating with the way I feel or the way I think or the way I see the world, and I'm not just making that hard shell for myself. So if you're watching this video, this is my video on disassociating with your feelings and your emotions. If you're still watching this, please like and subscribe to my channel to grow with me, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.